Hi, it's Lauralei in the Loo. I am going to show you a few finishes, not too many because I think I showed you most of them. I am going to show you my whips that I'm going to be working on for 2020 and a few goals. I haven't totally decided, but I have some in mind. I'll show you my snowman once again. He is I'm totally finished with him. I just have to put him in the. I'm gonna frame this one because the other snowman I did. Um, and that is called Jan Lynn Snowman Collection. And the frame I have fits this. I don't think it fits this, and I don't know that that adds anything. So that's kind of why I haven't put it in. This is the first one I'm gonna try to pin and string it myself. We will see. This other one, I don't know that I might have shown this one to you once. I don't know where to put these. I haven't shown it to you too much, but this is pretty much what I worked on all of December. I just kind of went crazy, and I took the picture out, and what did I do? Oh, there it is. This one is the Gold Collection Dimensions, and it's Santa stamp, but I didn't like the stamp part of it. And you're supposed to actually stitch all the blue and all the white and the whole border around, and I thought, that's not a happen. I didn't like the stamp part. And this, I'm 99% sure of. This is where we are. It's finished except for back stitching in this upper part. And when I did this, a big part of me is thinking, I love the face and the eyes. I still have a little bit more back stitching to do. The gold on the drum, the doll, it's so cute. The basket. But my question is, does the whole bottom of this, does it really add anything? Or does it distract? Because the main focus I want is of the face and the toys. So I'm almost 99% sure that this is going to be called done. A little bit more back stitching, like on the this part and around the belt and stuff, but I really like this one. And then I can use my Santa bag for something else. I'm not going to start a Christmas one right away. Because I did this one a whole month of December. I was just obsessed with it, which was cool. So then I'll put it in a frame. I'm also debating. Yeah, I'm just so unsure about how many pillows I need and what exactly to do to frame it up. And I'm debating because some people I know leave their cross-stitch stuff out. Like I have a long hallway, and that mainly only I see. I mean, other people occasionally see it, but I might leave, put it on the wall. This is another one I don't know. I enjoyed stitching it. I did. But it just bothers me a little bit that the tomato is so big, the scissors are so big, sewing machine's little, the mannequin's little. It's just not proportionate. And then at a thrift store, I found it again. I did buy it because it was cheap, and I'm probably going to sell it on my Etsy shop or on eBay. But it's a pillow, and it's a white background with a ruffle. The same exact thing, the same proportions. This might go on a project bag because I'm not loving it. It's not something I want to hang up. I'm still loving my little thingy thing I made for it with the little clear pockets and the little, my butterfly thingy. So I have some undecided, like I said, I enjoyed stitching it and I followed through. Sometimes you wonder why keep going, but I guess because I enjoyed it. Okay, on to the whips. And this year, I'm pretty good at finishing. There are a few that I might not. Let's take this out of the bag. Of course, one of my favorite designers, Linda Myers. And of course, I love quilts. This is Linda Myers cottage quilts. And this one, I haven't done a whole lot. I've done some. I think I'll really start getting into it as, I'm just going to kind of pull it up, as we get into like this big quilt. It's going to be right here, or the house. I think that's right now. I'm doing this grass, and this one I'm doing sewing in hand, and I don't know why. This part that I did this week, it's puckering. I have other ones I'm doing in a round frame. I have some that I do in a Q-snap, and some like the Santa Claus I did all in hand, but this, I don't know why. I pulled it tighter. So I was working on another one I'll show you here that, and this will definitely be hang on the wall, you know, all year long. Show it to you sideways. And this is real pretty. I like this fabric as well. It's just a soft Ada as far as I can tell. But, so I don't know. I like doing both, and sometimes I'm not in the, I feel like I go faster if I sew in hand, but they say your stitches can be better if you do it with a more consistent, I guess, if you do it in a snap. This one I have been doing in a hoop, and I'm enjoying it. It's my antique shop, Busilla. I think it's just called Village Antique Shop. Enjoying that. This is the one, of course, I made so many mistakes on, as far as doing the threading and as far as markers and going over it, and I did blue markers and pencil markings, and now I discovered I don't mark anything. So there I did blue. I don't use the markings. I'm not marking anything anymore. And I don't highlight my pattern. I don't like that. That gets on my nerves. I just stitch. I love the bricked effect. The white is getting on my nerves. I think that could have been left out because the background, although there's a little bit of difference between the background. So like this part here is going to stay blank, and this part here is going to be stitched. But this is cute. I found another one, of course, at a thrift store, and it's a shop, another shop, but I'm going to sell that one. This one is in this project bag, and I just do it in this blue hoop. I made a matching graham guard. So I'm enjoying that one. I go through spurts. So far, that hasn't been one where I just do like the Santa, where I just pick it up and that's the only one I want to stitch on. So this past week, after I finished this Santa, I tried to make myself stitch other things rather than just doing one, because some of these I didn't even remember I had going. This one is Cat Country by Jeremiah Junction. And I was looking online, and I have, this is the one I'm doing here. There was one of his, I wish I could remember now. But it's like, I was looking at Jeremiah Junction on eBay and on Etsy patterns, and there's not a one that I don't like. I mean, they're older. This is 1991. But I actually love his designs. Now this one, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a fabric or what. I haven't gotten very far on this one. It's 2/2, 2 strands over 2, and there I did the marking of it, which does not help. This is a pillow. This is the cat. I made the cat a different color, but I didn't take out the hoop because that's all I've done. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't know if, but I want that for my laundry room. I really do. I don't know if it's a drab fabric, blue. My favorite color is pink, not blue. Here's one of my favorite project bags. It's a big one, Hello Kitty, that I made out of a scrub. I'm addicted to, and it has one of my favorite projects, which I think I've told you before. I do this one sparingly because I just want it to last. It's silly. Do you ever do that? And this is one where every picture I've seen of the Long Dog Sampler Spangled, it's my favorite colors that I love. Pastel-y, pinks and peaches. Of course, when you go to sew it, it is not. Okay, so this, and I put the 20 part because I figured, well, where's the 20 part? Oh, here. Here's the 20 part because I'll finish it 20-something. 2020, hopefully. And I should work more on this. But look it. Okay, so this is this upper corner. I know pictures don't do it justice, but those are the called for colors, and boy, is there a difference. That's about what they look like. And it's pretty, and I love a black background. But I think if I had to start over again, I would adjust the colors. This one, I'll have to show you as I get further along in this, my butterfly bathroom. We have one bathroom in the house, and it's not the main bathroom. It's just the bathroom that's actually by these back bedrooms. I call it the butterfly bathroom. It is green metallic wallpaper, and I loved it. I just figured it's retro. It's from the 60s. I'm just going for it. So I've hung little brass butterflies and gold butterflies and colored butterflies, and I have plants. And so this was my one AliExpress purchase, and I thought I would try Butterflies Fly in the Forest. I would try printed fabric. And oh my word. One thing I think funny is the colors, like that red is not red. And it's hard to see what I've done. I guess you can't see. Like this I haven't done. I've done all this background green, and I've done pretty much this whole butterfly. And it's really going to be pretty. I haven't done this part, but you see the purple? It's not purple. I mean, it's going to be really pretty when I'm done. And all the background colors, as far as I know, will wash out. They don't really show through. So I haven't been enjoying that as much. I think it's because it's not on regular fabric. It's on wonky. But also, this was my very first project bag. I did a vinyl front. Yeah, I just did vintage fabric just because I wanted to just experiment. I've shown you this one. So, this one, I don't know where I got it. I was given this one. This was just a canvas tote. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make that into a project bag. So I did. This one you can hear the Q snap. Oh, another question I have. People say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get around to ironing the fabric before I showed it. This is my theory, and I could be totally wrong. But when you iron stuff with heat, I guess you could press it hard without heat, but you set it. So, depending on what colors, but if there's any little oils or anything on the, I just worry about you're setting that in. I don't know if people wash their stuff. Why does you look at yourself in that weird hair? It's always this one side. I do not know why. So I never iron it when I'm showing it to you because I don't want a chance setting in the stuff. This is my Frederick, my Charles Wysocki Creative Accents. This is the one where I got for $5 off Facebook Marketplace. And I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 parrots, and the cats stay in their separate section in the bedroom, the greenhouse, the mudroom, laundry area, because there's too many doors and stuff, and plus I have the birds. So, but tonight one of them got loose into the family room, and he was hiding in the tree. And of course the poodles were all sniffing him out, and Tom was convinced there was a mouse, and so it was a cat. But of course now when the cat gets out into the main section, all it wants to do is find its way back to its home. So, but, so that's that story. But I really like this one. This one I do in a Q snap. And it's my cat. Isn't that cute as? My cats, one's black and one's black and white, so it's not that color, but that's still cute. And I'm working down here on this second row. So this one could definitely be a finish for this year. I do this one in spurts, I really do, but it's coming along quite nicely, and I like it. Sometimes you're just not in the mood to work on black fabric. I know people talk about it's hard, and I just that's why I have this light colored project bag. I have this on my lap underneath it, and so that helps. You can see through it. Okay. Oh, this one I didn't take it off the hoop. Now, another thing I've learned about myself is this is one of these mystery sales, a mystery stitch along. And I did 2 of them this year. Guess how many got finished? None. I don't like, apparently, this is Linen and Threads, the peacock one, which is a gorgeous stitch along, but apparently, I don't know. It's a gorgeous thing, but I mean, it's not my style. What am I going to do with it? I'm not going to put it up. So what I'm going to do, see, I started it, and I hand dyed the fabric, but see, that to me, it still needs something. It just still looks, and maybe I still have stuff I haven't done. I think I do have swirlies, all these little things that I haven't finished on it. But I'm really thinking that's going to be a little ornament or something. And these are swans. In here is supposed to be a big peacock. There's butterflies. Butterflies all around, which I would never have made because I didn't leave enough room. That was a beginner mistake. I really like this border. I might use this on something else. But this is not happening. This is a learn that I do not like. I like my case, You know how you get these sewing case things? But I printed out a bunch of these patterns, but I'm not finishing it. I'm going to use, well, I might not. I might just cut the fabric and use it for something else, but I guess that's good to know, because the 2021, they sound intriguing, but having something where you don't know what it's going to turn out like, and I don't want to do stuff just to do stuff. I want to do stuff that I'm actually... Oh, here's another one. Which one is this one? One of them is Stitching the Night Away. Yeah, this is Stitching the Night Away. Great. And these, some of them, I'm going to actually do a few of them. But, and this goes more along with my aesthetic, quilt block motif. But this one, I hate it doing. This was a lot of, like lines. And then this one, oh my word. This one, I don't know if you can see it. The whole thing, I don't know if I can get you to see it. I'll show you a little bit of the pattern. The whole thing is not X's, it's lines, backstitching, the whole design. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And you can't make me. I really love my fabric, so what I'll probably do is find other stuff, or I could design other stuff to fit in there. What this was going to be, because I figured it's about the right size, and that's probably what I do. Oh, this is a really cute fabric. That's actually shower curtain fabric. It's not, waterproof, but it's, and I really like this edge trim I used. Nice big project bag, just for myself with my glittery little pouch. So yes, this I will try to finish and just design. Oh, this was going to be the, I was going to make a lid for one of these. Right next to my stitchy spot, I've showed you, I have a brown cube, fabric cube, and it's a stiffed one. So I was going to make a lid. I thought this would be, that way you don't see my stitchy stuff. So I'll still work on that. And the ones that are not the back stitch, I'll go and download them and probably do them. But the ones that are the back stitch, and I'm not, well, never say never, but I'm not planning on doing any more mystery Sal stitch alongs. But, okay. I won a random act of kindness rack, and it was a dog one. And I'd gotten a message, this was around Thanksgiving, from somebody that somebody wanted to connect with me. And I get it all the time. And you probably do too. Somebody wanted to, have me accept a message. And I didn't pay any attention to it. And I'm like, well, about 2 weeks later, I found out I had won a giveaway in a Facebook group. And, of course, by then she'd gone on to somebody else. And when I left, I commented, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see it. Message was lost in limbo. She's like, oh, she was so sweet. She's like, I'm sorry, I went on to the next person, but I will send you something. And I'm like, no, you're nice enough to give something for free. I don't need you to, next time I'll win something or not. So, but that was sweet of her to offer. One thing, and I always give the link to my Etsy shop. I hadn't been sewing any project bags. Here's another one. I didn't bring my most favorite one. This is just mine. I sold 2 project bags this week from my Etsy shop. So excited. Hope she likes them. One says, Wild About Floss, I think. And one says, I love cross stitch. Really cute. So now I'll be motivated to make some more. I did make, and maybe I'll try to insert some pictures. I did make a clear, like a stadium bag, crossbody, St. Louis Blues hockey champion, yay! Stanley Cup crossbody bag for a Christmas present. That went over really well. So I'm debating about whether I want to make some of those. I don't really care for vinyl too much, and that's why I made the first project bag with vinyl. But the rest of them I like the fabric because I know you can see through them, so that's nice. But you have the pretty, like this design is so pretty. But if it was vinyl, you would see very little. And then you'd see the mess of your stuff inside. And I don't like that. But anyway, ooh, I have continued. And I'll have to show you a whole video of just my finds. This, to use for scissors. One of my goals for this next, of course, is I'm clunky. One of my goals for this next year is, I'll show you here, I'm going to do some sort of full coverage. Yes, I am. My first full coverage. And I'm going to, like by my stitchy stop, I have a flower frog, which is really what I use for a scissors frog. And I collect them. So every time now, anytime I go and see, but I like, see this a nice pink one. I have some of them that I don't have the, you know what I'm talking about, the glass. Well, here, I'll show this one. I'll show you my whole collection. The glass frog part is separate, and you can put scissors and pencils. So some of them I don't have that insert, or it's not the right size. So my goal this year to make some pin cushions. I'm not going to do, isn't this one cute? That'd be a cute one for a pin cushion. I'm not going to do like I've seen before. Actually, at the Needlework Galleria, where somebody had, I saw like 2 or 3 that had the flower frogs, and but they had like glued them down and put stuff on them and glued stuff to them. No, so my pin cushion is going to be just sitting in there, a nice snug fit, but I'm not gluing it in, and I still want to be able to use them as flower frogs, or as my collection grows, because I think I have now probably 8 to get rid of some. But anyway, okay, so so that's a goal. Also, clean up this room. Especially now, I've been doing pretty good keeping it, but this is going to be another video. A friend gave me, I filled my whole back seat up with craft stuff she gave me. She's, older, and she's just downsizing. She called me 3 days after that. I told her, well, I have your bins to bring back to you. I, spent 3 days sorting through it all. I'll show you. I should have showed you the picture of my back seat. She called me 3 days later and says, I have more stuff. So my back seat was full of yarn and plastic canvas. She was really big into plastic canvas. No cross stitch. Oh, I did get some embroidery floss and a few hoops, but nothing major cross stitch. But one of my goals was to make a plastic canvas village. Make a little village and light it. And so I thought, well, I have a whole back seat full of plastic canvas. I'm either going to pass it on, sell it, or I might get crazy and start making. So that's what I have to decide. I also been recording some of my thrift store finds. Today there was a whole stack this big of cross stitch charts. So I got a few. I didn't go crazy. I got some that I'm going to sell on Etsy. I got some that I'll keep. But they're like $1.50 a piece. But they weren't A lot of country geese and stuff like that, which I like country geese, but they have to be special. But, so I will show you, in the next video, I'm going to do like more like a thrift store thing where I find my flower frogs. But let's talk about our 2020 goals. This is kind of crazy looking, but these are the two birds I personally own. I have a blue and gold macaw named Sydney, and you will see her shortly. She's called Sydney Sue. They thought she was male and they had her surgically sexed, and she's a girl. So I call her Sydney Sue. And this one is Squeaker Bird. I thought he was a male until I got Sydney and he got all excited and started laying eggs. So now Squeaker is African Gray. Squeaker is 30 years old. I've had him for 30 years. I got him when he was a tiny baby. He was naked. I hand fed him. He's my baby. But Sydney is like 25 years old. I've had Sydney for a good 20 years. But isn't this cool? I don't think the size is actually representative, but look at how the his body, it has another macaw in it, and it's just way cool. I'm not going to do it on this dark blue fabric, and I'm not going to do it on that weird, you know, where you do the cutout shapes. I do have this fabric that I hand dyed, but I don't know if this will clash too much. So here's the brighter side. It might be too much. I could do it on the back side, which is more, which is tamer, which would probably, that would probably be good. Yes, because that's muted. That's just enough color. I think that's, unless I decide, but that's going to be my start for this year. I'm excited about that because I couldn't believe I found that. I saw that on Etsy and they wanted like $27 or $30, and I'm cheap, and I'm proud of it. And but I did go find it on eBay, although I do like to support Etsy, but I sell on eBay and Etsy. I want to say it was $12, which to me, I think it's crazy to spend that much for a chart, especially a used one, but sometimes you have to. Now, I am going to do a full coverage. I really am. Question is, I've always wanted a Heaven and Earth design. I have 2 Heaven and Earth designs, and I have 1 Thomas Kincaid. And I can't decide. It's so funny because I bought these. We don't have any LNS, local needlework shops. St. Louis, is that crazy that St. Louis did not have one? I think there is one opening up. I heard. And it's going to be close to me. But of course, will I be too cheap to pay full price? But I went to, we have like 4 of them that have needlepoint. And I went to all 4 of them one day just to look and to see. Needlepoint's expensive. When I was in my 20s, I did a work-at-home job. It wasn't a scam. It was a real job where you painted needlepoint canvases. I did that for like almost a year, and I really liked it. She would give you the project, and you'd go home, and you would paint the needlepoint canvases, and then you get paid per canvas. You didn't get paid a ton, but you got paid enough to make it worth your while. But I couldn't believe how much these needlepoint canvases go for. But there was one that had a bin. She had 2 bins. She said somebody, even though they don't handle cross-stitch stuff, somebody had donated 2 bins of cross-stitch stuff. So I found 2 designs. See, $5 each. Heaven and Earth designs. And Jane Wooster Scott is artwork, and the chart was designed by Michelle Sayeta. This one, Quilts of Cape Cod. Of course, you know I love quilts. Question is, am I going to love this enough to... It's 440 by 319 stitch count. How many stitches is that? 400 by 319. I would do it on my phone, but I'm recording with my phone. But it has horses and balloons, and it's colorful. But I'd have to chart that up. The other one I got is Best in Show. Of course, dogs, my other thing. The same designer, the same artwork. This one's bigger, 450 by 375. Best in Show. Let's see if there's a poodle. Why wouldn't there be a poodle? Poodles are always in this, but that's a dog show. But see, that's not as bright. And I don't know. Now this one I paid, I went to a sale, like an estate sale, paid $15. But it's Thomas Kincaid, but look, it's kitted, it has the beads, and it's Thomas Kincaid. This one is pretty. So that's my dilemma. Which one, because you know, I only want to start one full coverage piece. So that's kind of my dilemma. Beyond Spring Gate. It's 224 by 168, so it's about half. So that might be the answer, and it's already kitted up. And it was originally $8.95, probably just for the yeah, it was just for the pattern. The only downside of this, it has a pattern that like opens. Oh my word. The pattern could be a little bit difficult to read. But let's see. Looks like she has all the colors. And it has the fabric. It's 16 count Aida, 18 by 25. Let's just make sure that should be big enough for the stitch count. I don't know. There's Thomas Kincaid. I bet she doesn't look like that anymore. And that is a pretty one. But boy, doing all of this. Although, would you cheat? It's on blue. Would you do all that blue, or would you just do the light color? You know me. I might not, but look at all this. And another thing that's funny, of course I watch all you YouTube people. People say, oh, I'm going to have to go to the store and buy the threads for this. I have so much floss. DMC. I probably have, so I never have to go, and then extra that I haven't kitted up. But anyway, that is my video for today. Tell me your opinion of which of these three, the Thomas Kincaid or my two Heaven and Earth. I'm definitely starting the parrot one, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching Lauralei in the Lou, and I might add a little video of Tom in the Snow. We'll see. If it's on here, you'll see it. Thanks.